I joined Toastmasters to become a better speaker. And it's paid huge dividends. I'm now a competent communicator. But to become an advanced communicator, I need to be entertaining. Actually, the thought of being entertaining in front of an audience terrifies me. It's huge expectation. Especially when the manual says, an entertaining speech is like the sizzle in a steak. No pressure there. After all, I'm serious. And I'm smart. And I got too much on my plate to be funny. One of my greatest talents is to make funny people more funny. If it was funny all the time, you wouldn't know what serious was, would you? Lucky, whoa. So over the years, I've realized that I'm not the entertaining one. Our children are. We have two spectacular children. I have one here today, James. They are the entertainers. They lighten my life up. They make it real. In fact, one way to show you that is just recently we were in Washington, D.C. We were checking out the monuments, walking around the White House, looking at all the sights, and I see this guy, he's big like John Register. He's got these glasses on. He's got that little cord in his ear with the pigtail cord. And he's got a t-shirt that says, Secret Service. After a couple hours of walking around, my son leans over to me and says, hey, Dad, Secret Service isn't so secret. Why do they wear those t-shirts? So we laughed about it a little while. Later in the week, we would see those guys and we'd look at each other and go, yeah, there's another one of those secret guys. Another great example is we were driving to Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts. 7 o'clock Thursday night, it's a long week, I'm tired, we're running a little late, driving, I hear, Dad, why does it say objects in a mirror are closer than they appear? Why don't they just say, make it look as they appear? I took this big breath of relief and forgot about the troubles of the day and chuckled. And rather than explaining the parallax theory, we're trying to explain why lawyers convince companies to avoid lawsuits. I said, James, that's a good question. Maybe you should design cars. He said, I would like that, Dad. So where does the ventriloquist come into this story? The art of ventriloquism is the art of throwing your voice, bringing a character to life, and entertaining a crowd. Did you ever notice how ventriloquist acts can tackle the most difficult, polarizing subjects and make us realize how silly we act sometimes? The puppet always gets the last laugh. So our ventriloquist act started in the campground a couple of weeks ago. We were down south at San Isabel, beautiful place with a lake. We got this giant cast iron skillet, Dutch oven actually, and we made this great chili. 3 beans, ground beef, Jimmy Dean sage sausage. It had Rotel green chilies. So good. About 30 minutes later, I heard this rumbling in my stomach. And then I heard, and my brother-in-law, Ben, said, James! And right then and there, I knew I had an out. So at the right time, I let her rip. After about an hour of that, my wife said, "Boys, can we cut that out now?" And then I heard, "Dad!" The puppet always gets the last laugh. So what did I learn in my first attempt at delivering an entertaining speech? I can do it! Just have to relax, breathe, and tell a story about the great times in life. I look forward to telling you more stories in my next speech.